Subscribe to the channel. This is King Me. You know, we definitely have a lot of pain out here. Trust me, I've been through a lot of pain. But there's no pain like burying your own child. And that's a pain that obviously nobody can go through, but as far as like the person that went through it, but I heard that's like the worst pain in the world, which I have to put down on the top of the list. A mother should never, have to bury their child. That's like the worst pain in the world. You bring him in and then you gotta bury him. Trust me, worst pain. And it's kind of like a war wound that don't go away. It's a pain that just you can't get rid of it. There's no medication and all that, and can't get over it. You can live through it day to day and have some good people around you, and you'll get stronger, stuff like that. It takes time, but you can never get over it. You can never just I tell you this, it's not going to be one day that will go by that you will not think about your child. Look at that mother right there, man. Because that's all you're going to see. Your mother, all your good friends, your family, Sad that we all got to come together at a sad moment, We all get everybody together to bury our loved one. Just want you to look at that picture. And I know people complain about bills and they complain about this and that. Life, the lifestyle of the world. But you're still alive. You still have a day to better yourself, another day to take care of that your financials, another day to get up, and that's good. Trust me. Always count your blessings, but this is a different type of pain right there. And one thing about this pain is it's happening every day. It's happening as I'm speaking right now. Mothers and fathers and families are burying their loved ones and going into funerals and after burying them so soon. What brings me back to what I just said again. Mothers shouldn't have to bury their child. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have to be like that, but it's a war zone out here, I'm telling you. It's definitely a war zone. Went through, within the community, but it's also between your two ears too, right in that brain of yours. Kids killing kids, man. Another mother. That's why I want to bring this to you. Like, hey, youth, this is for the youngsters and whoever's listening. I know if you got kids, and I mean, if you don't want to shelter them because you feel like you don't want to put too much on them. And I mean, shelter them. Do it. A lot of them kids need that. They do. They need to know where they at, what time you come home, who all over there. Let me just come over here just in case, just checking up. You got everything. Because, these kids, they leave a lot of information out. they only tell you what they want you to hear. And then you gotta, do, your background check on everything else. But, one thing I know is with kids and stuff like that, just question everything, that's all. And you be fine. Question everything. They get to a point where they be like, I ain't even I'm gonna just go straight, I'm gonna just do it because they know. That's called good parenting, when you already know what's going on before they even tell you. But I know you supposed to be doing that Friday. You thought I forgot, because you in their world and you're checking in on them like like a parole officer, I ain't like using that word. Just checking in like a good parent. You know what I mean? I never forget this. I remember this. I was in school. We had this little. I guess it was like a school dance or whatever like that. Everybody got together. I remember my partner. He was trying to, round up all the girls, and everybody was coming, but it was one that, she couldn't get out. And she was calling everybody and she was just like, nah, I'm gonna get out, but I just can't do it. She was just on some slick shit, you know what I mean? And she eventually snuck out. I think the school danced like 4 hours. She got there probably like the last hour before it was about to be over. So she had a whole hour to like hang out, do her thing. And I was like freshman. And she had a real strict mother. Mother was really on her. As she should be. So check it out. It was like after the party, after the school dance was over, like we all was like going out, everybody was leaving, and I think it was like a fight across the street that broke out. And all of a sudden, you already know, like we just heard gunfire. And it was just like it was breaking everywhere, boom, 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 and like everybody's running and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, we just heard, Nika, and it was just like, that's the girl that snuck out. She snuck out. And she lost her life. Now just think about that. Like, you see, when your parents be like just trying to shelter you and keep you at home and just trying to like, at least they want to know where you're at all times because anything can happen. Like her mother didn't know where she was at. You got to think about it. When her mother got that call, she's like, my daughter's upstairs asleep. I don't even know what you're talking about. So she, you got to think about it like everything. Everything happens, and it's not that reaction of what she did right there. Because it's a lot of things that affect. You don't just affect yourself when you, Lord bless your soul. You affect everybody. 15-year-old girl lost her life. because she snuck out. She was a real good friend of my partner. I mean, I was, I just knew of her. I remember in school with her, but I remember she was just like, it's just, you with somebody one day, you hanging out, or you see somebody, then they gone. I remember like going to her funeral, and I remember her mother was just like this one. Because you know what, your mother and your family, your father, your whole family, they love you. You got them ones that's kind of off, but they don't. At the end of the day, they love you. Your mother loves you. She kept you there, and I know it was, and she was always saying something about her mother's real strict. Don't let her do nothing. Da da da. But look at that, man. That's the reason. She don't want to be crying and tearing up and just going to these. This right here. This really messes up. I seen people like lose their kids and stuff, and they actually kind of like some of them get real sick and flourish. Some of them they never the same. I remember when you got the mother and father, they end up getting divorced. Some of them don't even stay together. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about everybody. Some, they go through and they try to make it, and I'm just saying, like, I'm giving you like a percentage, man. Like a lot of it goes down. It messes with their health. It messes with their mental. It messes with their they can't have relationships, nothing. I mean, a lot of couples flourish and they end up getting divorced, or it does. It takes a whole toll on you. It's kind of like you're in a different dimension, because like you don't post it, like you birth a child to see that child blossom. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You don't supposed to, bury your child, man. It's kind of like not sane. You know what I mean? Different type of pain that you can only understand if you just go through it. You have to go through things, they have to, in them shoes, if you ain't walked them shoes, I don't really understand how there's no pain in the world, man. You can get stabbed, you can get stoned up, you get sewed up, they'll stitch you up. You get shot, they take the bullet out. A lot of that stuff, I mean, you get over that pain. This is a pain you'll never get over, man. Burying your own child, that's a pain. Instant pain. That's a pain and I don't care how much narcotics in the world they got to heal. I don't care what they got. Mental pills and all that. I don't care what kind of drug pills, anything. It won't deal with this pain. It won't deal with this pain. This is a pain that, it's internal. Can't shut it off. It's one of them pains you gotta adapt. Subscribe to the channel. This is Kimi. I pray for all the mothers and fathers and families that they had to bury their loved ones due to violence, due to anything. Pray for them all. My prayers go to all. My condolences to all. Definitely just share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for listening. I pray definitely. I'm just, this is deep for me. Because it's enough is enough. I can't be the only one that's saying it. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. Keep pushing this word. Come on. Keep pushing it out there. But enough is enough. Subscribe to the channel. This is Kimi. You can always tell evil, because it turns on itself. Kimi.